Good afternoon, Glow Yogis. Let me just adjust a little. That looks good. Okay, welcome to your practice. Let's first recognize what a good life choice we're making just by coming to our practice and committing and staying dedicated even through some uncertainty. So good on us, pat ourselves on the back. And I want to give y'all a minute to gather your things around you if you don't have them yet, or just to take a moment to set your space up. And I'll light a couple more candles because you can never have enough, in my opinion. I always like to, whenever I'm lighting a candle, usually there's a reason. There's a reason I want to light my candles, and it can be just for the sake of a nice smell or a change of environment, a change of intention. And so I always find it helpful, even if it's not a candle, but just to have something around you that signifies there's a little bit of a change of intention and a change of an internal landscape. So we want to make maybe a little bit of shift, even if it's just gathering your tools around you of your external landscape. And so slow flow, Thursday, noon, let's get to it. Start on your mat in child's pose. So take your knees as wide as feels good. And then we're just gonna drape our upper bodies over our lower bodies, reaching fingertips forward. And today let's reach maybe a little bit further than we normally would. So instead of just dropping into a familiar position and sinking right to what we know, let's take a few breaths somewhere with a little bit more intensity. So reaching fingers almost to the top of your mat if you can get them, just inching them, walking them forward. And then before dropping your head, press your hips back towards your heels. Feel all of that length in your side body. Keeping the elbows straight, keeping the palms pressing down, and then drawing the hips back, almost like you're a dragging motion, a little bit of traction here. And then relax your forehead down to your mat. Soften your elbows. And start to breathe a little bit deeper, a little bit more using the diaphragm to pump the air in and out. So not necessarily forceful, but thorough. Let's walk our hands over to the right side, pressing down through the left hip. And then walk hands back through center, and then over to the left side. Press down through the right hip. Just feel the outer tissue, your skin start to stretch and open, and then that layer underneath your fascia. Your muscles that wrap around and through your arms and ribs, and even the tissue of your lungs. Come back through center. Let's take one more bit of intensity in our child's pose. Tense your fingers down. Push the pads of your fingertips down and almost drag them towards you energetically without them moving on the mat. And then relax that, come up to all fours, your tabletop. And then we'll just extend the right leg back behind us so it's straight, ball of the foot is on the ground. And then take the left toes, point them catty corner, so right outside your mat. Lift the right arm up, and you can stay on the instep of the right foot, or you can lift the right foot off the mat. Take a breath here, reach big. And then swoop the arm forward towards the front of your space and then down around in a big circle. We're going to take a couple circles with our shoulders. Swooping forward, down, back, and up. And then once you're at the top, again, reaching the arm up, cactus the arm so that elbow bends, and then just twist your chest up to the ceiling. And then we'll come back down. Right foot comes down, right arm comes down. Extend your left toes out behind you. And then point your right toes outside of your mat, that catty corner little kickstand we've got going. Lift the left arm up. Your choice, keep the left leg grounded or lift it up. Taking just a bit of a balance. And then we'll make some circles on this side with our shoulder as well. So reaching the arm forward and down and back. And you want to feel this movement originate from the shoulder. So if you can isolate that action and think of it less of like flinging your arm around and more of just rotating your shoulder and then just bringing your arm along with it. And then once we swoop back up, cactus the arm, bend it wide, and start to turn the chest up towards the ceiling. Try not to dip into that right shoulder. Keep everything strong and engaged. Open just a bit more. And then we'll come back down, tabletop. Take inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more like that. And cat, and draw the spine up. Tabletop, tuck your toes, sit your heels back. We're gonna sit on top of our heels. So your toes are flexed, you're on the ball of your feet. If you need some extra support, you can put a block under your hips. I'm just gonna interlace my fingers and then push my palms up. So flip the palms, push them up. And if you're starting to feel intensity in your toes, totally normal. Me too. It actually feels really good because my house is chilly this morning. So it feels good to get some circulation going and open up the back of the toes. So after your palms being pressed up, we're gonna take some circles behind our head. Just irrigating through the shoulders, waking up through those complex joints. We'll do a couple more going this way. And then let's reverse. Nice, and then press through one more circle. Reach the hands up. Maybe even tip them back, lift your chest. Then release the fingers, untuck the toes. Tap the tops of your feet out. We're gonna come up, tucking the toes, coming up through upward facing dog. So just gentle, it's the first little back bend of our class, so we don't wanna crank it too much. So just feel right here that your legs are hovering, your toes are tucked, palms pressing down, and the shoulder blades are coming in towards each other. And then we'll roll back to downward facing dog. Pedal through the feet here. Y'all keep pedaling. I need to look at something real quick. Yeah, okay, awesome. So as you start to pedal, Starting slow and then maybe increasing the tempo just a little bit, just to get some blood flow into our trunk. And then settle the heels down towards the mat. Start to press them down, reaching through the backs of your legs. And then reaching from your shoulders all the way to the tips of your fingers. And if you ever have a question of if your down dog is too short or too wide as far as where your palms and your feet meet the mat, pull forward into a high plank. And then from that high plank, notice your palms underneath your shoulders. And then you can press back to downward facing dog and keep your feet mostly in that same position. Take your right palm, put it behind your low back, coming into a down dog with just your 2 feet and your left palm on the mat. Your right palm is turned up, resting on your low back. Take another breath here. Try to keep even level of your hips and your shoulders. And then when we place the right hand down, left palm comes to the back of your mat. Back of your low back, not the back of your mat. Keep working the heels down towards the mat. Keep pushing the palms, the right palm down into your mat and almost forward. Take another breath. And then replace the left palm, comes back down. We're gonna pull forward to another upward facing dog. You can kind of curl your spine forward, lift your heart, and then pull back, downward facing dog. And then again, pull forward, roll forward, drop your hips, and then roll back, downward facing dog. Come up high onto the toes and tiptoe your way. Try and keep your legs as straight as you can. Tiptoe your way towards your hands. And then come to a forward fold. Grab your elbows. Let your head dip and dangle. And then after you've had a moment to just recognize the fold, and bend your knees as much as you need to get a full crease at your hip crease. So if you're finding that you're trying to keep your legs straight and you're more folding from your spine, let's bend our knees and fold from our hip creases instead, letting the spine decompress. And then if you still got your elbows and want to sway back and forth, go ahead and do that. Then release the elbows. We're gonna walk our hands to the left side of our mat, just like we did in our child's pose, but staying in the forward fold, reaching away from your legs. Again, staying soft in the knees as much as you need to. And stretching through the right side, the right tissues. And then walk through middle, to the left side, stretch. And then we'll come back through center. Come to a half lift, gaze ahead. And then fold. You can step your feet in a little bit closer. Take a half lift again. And fold and release. And come all the way up. Sweep your arms way up above your head. And then settle your hips back, chair pose. Take an inhale right here. And exhale, fold. Half lift, breath in. And step back, high plank. You can step, or if you'd like to hop, you can do that too. Inhale, exhale. Take another breath in. Come to your knees, breathe out. And another breath in here. And then we're just gonna lower our elbows halfway down. Keep them hugged into your sides. If you notice your elbows are starting to spill out towards the sides, just don't go as low. Stay a little bit higher on your knees down, chaturanga. And then we'll roll forward, up dog or cobra, and roll on back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, and a long breath out. Come up to your toes,
And bend your knees, look forward, and then step or hop to the top of your mat. Half lift up, breathe in. Fold forward, exhale. Come all the way up, big arms as you reach. Let's settle down into chair pose. Take a breath in. Forward fold on the exhale. Half lift. Step back, high plank. Inhale, and drop your knees. Take a breath in. Chaturanga with knees down. Up dog, roll forward. Downward facing dog. High up on your toes. Bend your knees, prepare, and then step or float. Come halfway, and then fold, let go. Sweep up all the way, inhale. Chair pose, exhale. Take the breath in, forward fold. Half lift, high plank. Take an inhale, and you can drop your knees, or if you'd like to take full chaturanga, chaturanga dandasana. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath here. And exhale. Take your right leg high above you, reach it long, and bend the knee and open the hip. And here we'll hug the heel in towards our glutes and then start to just make some circles with the knee. Keeping that right shoulder turned down to be level with the left. And then switch the direction of your shoulders, just irrigating through the hip joint. Feeling some stickiness smooth out, maybe just a little bit. And then straighten the leg back behind you, inhale. Step forward, low lunge, exhale, all the way to the right thumb. Inhale your chest forward, you can come up to fingertips or put your hands on a block. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, draw hips back. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, hips draw back. Chest forward, breathe in. Straighten the front leg, draw the hips back. And stay right here, drop your head in towards your shin. And then start to bend the knee. Pull your chest forward. Lift your chest and your gaze. And then step to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Half lift up, inhale. Dive down, exhale. So this time we're going to grab our elbows in our forward fold again. Bend deeply in your knees so that your chest comes towards your thighs. And then keeping your elbows, think about having your biceps alongside your ears. So you're going to keep your forearms above your head and then just come to like a half lift right here. So your body is, your upper body is parallel with the mat below you. And your hips are still sitting back in chair. Elbows pressing forward towards the front of your space. Biceps in line with ears. And then from there, we're just gonna tip our chest up, lift our chest, go slow, keep your hips low. Keep that grab of your elbows. Inhale. Exhale. Take another breath. Breathe out. One more here. Release the arms. Lift up a mountain pose, reach your arms up. And then forward fold down. Half lift and fold. So same again. See if you can reverse the side that you're grabbing. Drop your head between your biceps. Bend deeply in the knees. Keep your chest on your thighs. And then keeping your biceps by your ears, drop your tail. Lift your chest. Go slow. Keeping that grab of your elbows. Take a breath in, breath out. Inhale, exhale, pull the low belly in, and then we're gonna release the arms and stand up mountain. Inhale, forward fold, exhale, waking up that lower body. Half lift, and then fold, exhale. Half lift, chaturanga or high plank to belly, your choice. Upward facing, downward facing. Lift the left leg up behind you. Really reach the heel long and tall. And then bend the knee and stack the hip open. Heel hugging towards your bottom. And then if you like, draw some circles or as big as small or as small as you want them to be with your kneecap. And go both directions. Nice, and then straighten the leg all the way out behind you. Again, square off the hips, breathe in. Step forward, breathe out. To your left thumb this time. Inhale, tense your fingertips or bring your palms to a block, lift your chest. And then exhale, draw the hips back, straighten the front leg. Inhale forward, and exhale back. You can peel the foot off the mat if that feels okay on the left side. Exhale, draw the hips back. Forward, look up. And then one more back. We're gonna pause here just to breathe and feel. Laying some groundwork for things to come. And begin to bend the knee. Bring the chest forward, look up, and step all the way to the top of your mat. Come to a half lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Reach all the way up, sweep the arms, and then dive down, forward fold. Half lift, breathe in. Chaturanga, breathe out. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Right leg reaches long behind you. Step the foot forward to a low lunge. Tense your fingertips or use blocks, lift your chest. And then exhale, step to the forward fold. Half lift, inhale. And then chaturanga, exhale. Come up, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Left leg, reach it back. Step it forward, left thumb, lift the chest, create some space. You're gonna get long in your upper body, and then bring the right leg forward fold. Half lift, fold down. Half lift, chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Do that flow one more time. Right leg back. Step through. Lift your chest. Create the space. And step forward. Fold in. Half lift. You'll notice we aren't coming all the way up. Fold. Another half lift. Chaturanga. Always with the knee variation if you choose. Downward facing. Left leg goes up. Step it towards your left thumb. Just mindfully place it forward and then lift the chest. Fold. Half lift, inhale. Fold on your exhale. One more half lift. And fold down. Hang in this forward fold. Take the right palm, separate your feet about hips distance apart. Take the right palm, grab your left ankle, reach the left arm up, twist open. Swim the arm forward and down so that the left palm comes to the right ankle. Lift the right arm up. And then swim the arm forward, release over your legs. Take a half lift, breathe in. High plank this time, breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Then lift your right leg so your heel's about in line with your hip. And then bend the knee so that the sole of the foot is reaching up towards the ceiling, but the knee is still pretty much in line with the hip. We're gonna take a pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take an inhale.
Bring that knee to your left elbow, exhale, take a breath right here. Falling star, land the right foot down, lift the left arm up. And you'll see my legs are pretty wide apart. And we really want that kind of split action in your falling star if you can manage it. So only go as far as feels safe in your body, but challenge yourself, definitely. Inhale. Exhale. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. We're gonna take one more breath, and then leave your legs where they are. Just bring your palms to the mat. Inhale. Exhale. Start to feel the right hip kind of drawing back, even if the foot stays exactly where it is. Keep that action. It's like you're dragging your foot across the floor. Maybe it starts to move towards your left elbow and then towards your right elbow. Turn on to the ball of the back foot, and then reach this right leg up, down dog split. Going slow as hard jaw. Take a breath in. Step forward, crescent lunge. Sweeping the arms forward and then up. High crescent lunge. And pushing the front foot down and then almost forward, like you're trying to tug your mat out from underneath your back foot. And then that back foot is resisting that by pushing down and back. Keep that engagement. Inhale. Exhale, open arm twist to your right. Take a breath in. Breath out. Reach the left arm back, reverse your twist. And then gently find left hand on the mat, right arm up. So we're still in that twist. Legs are still working into that engagement of trying to rip the mat apart in the center. Take an inhale and an exhale. Another breath in. Sweep the right arm down towards the mat. Frame the front foot. Standing splits. Lift the back leg as you straighten the right leg. And you can have blocks underneath your hands if you need them. Otherwise, just try to walk your palms closer towards your ankle. Inhale. Draw the forehead towards your chin. Exhale. And just notice the stability of your foot. And then that reaching quality of the lifted heel. We're gonna come to a half lift. So walk your palms forward. You're in this kind of like tilted diagonal line. And then fold in back to standing splits. Let's do that again. Half lift. Standing splits, fold your chest down. Half lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. Take one more half lift. And then step the back toes back into a low lunge. Place the right palm into the inside of the right foot. Spin the back heel down, side angle. This is pretty low. If you need to lift up to keep the ribs long and lengthened, go for it. Inhale. Exhale. Sweep the arm forward, extend it, side angle. And then let's come up, warrior two, and anchor in. Take a breath in. Press the shin forward. Ungrip the toes, y'all. It can be so tempting to keep squeezing everything, but we really want to isolate this to the thighs. Let's let our toes relax. And staying low in this front leg, reach the right arm back, reverse your warrior. And then cartwheel the arms down to the mat. Take the right leg back, high plank. Inhale. And exhale. Lift the left leg in line with the hip. Press the sole of the foot back. And then bend the knee to about 90 degrees so the sole of the foot is facing up towards the ceiling of your space. Let's take 10 pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze at the top. And then draw the left knee to the right elbow. Hike it up just a little bit further. And then we'll place the left foot down, right arm up. Falling star. Feeling that inner thigh, that inseam of your leg start to open as the legs reach apart. Take a deep breath. Empty out. One more big reach out. Get bigger, get bigger. And then just your arms come back down to the mat. So high plank arm, falling star legs. Take a breath and exhale. Start to pull that left foot like you're dragging it across the floor. Resist as you drag it. This extra little bit of traction and effort. Resist, resist, resist. Bring it toward the middle. Come up onto the ball of your right foot. Down dog split. Lift up. Take a breath in. And then step all the way forward. Crescent lunge. Reach the arms forward and up. And we're going to start to coax our muscles into giving a little bit more effort than they might want to. And what that feels like in the body is intense sensation, not pain. Push that left foot down, 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 and then forward a little bit. Right ball of the foot presses down and back so that the back leg straightens. Keep that inhale. Open twist, exhale. Reverse the twist, reach your right hand up. And then gently glide down to the mat so that the right hand lands inside the left foot. Take a breath in. And then press the right hand, or left hand comes down. We're gonna lift the chest just a little bit, creating that space. Standing splits, right leg lifts. Chest falls towards the shin. Take a full breath in. Exhale, chest meets thigh as best as we can. Reach the right heel back even more. And then come to a half lift, that diagonal shape, and fold in. Half lift, and fold. Half lift, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. One more half inhale. Start to bend the left knee, land the toes back. This time left arm comes to the inside of the left foot. Spin the right heel down, side angle. Placing a block underneath that left palm can help create some space, give you some length to stay deep in that lunge. Take a breath in, breath out. Start to squeeze in on your core and your ribs to lift yourself up, warrior two. And just be like, put your mind in your back arm without looking, and just feel that it's in line with your front arm. Building that trust, that connection to your own body, that you know exactly where you are. Everything's fine. We'll sweep the left arm back, reverse your warrior. High plank, come back down. Take an inhale. We're gonna come down to our forearms, forearm plank. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, exhale. Take another breath in. Tap the left fingers out to the side. Stay light on those fingertips as best you can so they're reaching to the top left corner of your mat. Try to keep your hips even. Inhale, exhale. Another breath in. Empty out. One more here. Forearm plank, opposite arm, right hand reaches towards the right edge of your mat, right corner. Take a breath in. Send your breath out. Try to stay even in your hips as you tense your fingers. Breathe in, breathe out. 2 more. Exhale. 1 more. Forearm plank. Take an inhale. Sphinx pose. Drop your hips down, y'all. Keep your toes tucked for right now. Pull your chest forward. Inhale. Exhale, forearm plank. Just lift your hips up. Inhale, Sphinx. Exhale, forearm plank. Inhale, Sphinx. Forearms. Sphinx. Forearms. 1 more Sphinx. 1 more forearm plank. Dolphin pose. And if your palms kind of drifted off the mat, rearrange your dolphin pose so that your palms can be on the mat. And from here, we're going to just press down in our palms to lift the elbows. Try to do that evenly. We're going to do that a couple times. So you're in down dog now. And then at the same time, try to do it the same rate. Lower your forearms down. Press up, down dog. Forearms down, exhale. Lift up. Press them down. 3 more. Keep your hips high. Down dog. And then settle back towards your heels. Take an inhale. And an exhale. Come high up on your toes. Bend your knees. Step or hop to the top. Half lift. Fold, let your head dangle. Take another half lift. Fold, dangle it out. Come all the way up, breathe in, breathe wide. Let's interlace our hands at the top of our mat. The same thing we did at the beginning. Interlace your fingers, press your palms up, take a breath in. Reach over to the right, push your hips left. And then through center, over to the left, push your hips right. And then through center, release the arms behind your low back, reverse the, so interlace your hands, pull your palms together and draw the knuckles down. Chest lifts, exhale, draw the knuckles down, shoulder blades together, and chair pose. Take a breath in, and a breath out. And from here, keep the bind in your knuckles. Pick the left foot off the mat. Hug the heel in towards your glutes. Inhale. Exhale. Tip the chest forward. Stretch the left leg back. Take a breath in. Try to stay rooted through that grounded foot. So you're in this kind of hybrid warrior 3 with your arms bound. Take a breath in. Exhale, step back, humble warrior. Go slow. Now the knuckles are pulling up in space as your head drops down. In breath. Exhale. 2 more. 1 more. Big breath in. Release the bind. Plant your hands. Down dog split. Inhale. Bend the knee, open the hip. Take a breath in. Stay in the hip opener. Go ahead and flip your dog.
Landing the toes down, lifting the hips, reaching big. Extra bonus challenge if you'd like. Try to lift the opposite knee, so lifting the left knee and bringing the right palm to the left knee to touch. Take a breath in, breath out for 2. Last one. Come back, downward facing dog, carefully, slowly. Roll forward, up dog, keep the toes tucked. Down dog, draw back. Roll forward, up dog, toes tucked. Down dog, roll back. Do another one, roll forward. And back. Take a deep breath. Let it go. Come high up onto your toes. Bend your knees and then step or hop. Half lift, inhale. Drop down, exhale. Half lift, breathe in. Drop down, breathe out. Okay, for this time, we're going to interlace our hands in our forward fold behind our back. Pull the knuckles up. Draw the hips down, chair pose. So start with that deep bend in your knee, almost like you're already in that lunge. You're just lunging with both knees forward. Take an inhale. Exhale. Right foot starts to hover. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Pull the right foot towards your seat. Stay deep in the left knee, just for a few more breaths. And now, start to tip the chest forward. Send the right foot back for this bound warrior 3. And then bend in the left knee again. Land the toes. Spin the back heel down, humble warrior. Then just find your gaze light, gently on one thing. It can be the arch of your back foot, your back knee, or even your belly button. Really drawing the crown of the head down. Take another breath. And exhale. One more here. Release the hands to the mat. Put your hands down. Down dog split, lift the left leg up. Bend the knee open. Take another breath. Stay or flip your dog. Try a flip dog, y'all. It's real fun. No pressure. It's important to do things that are just fun for the heck of it every now and then. Take a breath. Exhale. Your choice if you'd like to start pulling the right knee off the mat. Or right foot off the mat, I guess. Right knee closer to your left hand. Try to make some contact, maybe. Breathe. Let's take one more. Exhale. Slowly, carefully, downward facing dog, wrap all the way around. Breathe in and breathe out. Take another inhale and another exhale. Come up to your toes, bend your knees, look forward, step all the way to the top of your mat and come down to your seat. We're going to take boat pose just for a moment. Reach the arms up, inhale and exhale. Maybe reach the toes up, inhale and exhale. One more here. Start to come to low boat. Let's take it slow, y'all. Like a slow sinking of your boat. Start to reach the crown of the head to the space behind you, lengthening out through the torso. As your lower back is still pressing into the mat, point your toes. Breathe in, breathe out. We're going to take an inhale, exhale, bend the left knee, reach the arms outside of the left thigh. So it's like you're reaching across your body. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, right knee bends, reach to the outside of the right thigh. Center. Exhale, left thigh. Center. It's not about speed, it's about strength. Right side. Center. Peel that right shoulder off the mat as you reach. Center. Left. Center. Reach. Center. Twist and reach. Center. Twist and reach. We got this. Keep with it. You'll be glad you did tomorrow. Reach. Barely can talk. Reach, go slow. Keep the low back pressed down. Bend and reach. Bend and reach. Right knee bends. Reach, reach, reach. Center. Bend and reach. Center. One more set. And last one. Ah. Whew, give yourself some movement. A little bit of wiggling. Wiggle out your hips. Let's bring soles of your feet in together. Knees out wide. Bring the weight of your arms alongside your body. And press down in the outer edges of your hips. Lift up. Pull the knees back, open through the inner thighs. Inhale. Exhale. Take another breath in here. Lower down, breathe out. Step the feet in all the way together. So not hips distance, even closer in than that, so that the arches of the feet are touching. Lift up onto your toes. Lift your hips up. Draw your shoulders underneath you. Inhale. Exhale. Take another breath in. This time exhale, open your knees into a diamond shape. Lift your hips. Inhale, center. Exhale, open. Center. And open, like you're squeezing, trying to squeeze like a beach ball between your knees as they go closer together. Inhale, open them wide. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze. We got 5 more. Squeeze, keep your heels lifted, keep your hips lifted. One more open. One more squeeze. Lower everything down. Let's take constructive rest. Knock your knees in towards each other. Your feet are out wide. Place your hands on your body. Anywhere you want to. Feel your own touch. Recognize that in this moment you are not just surviving, you are thriving. You're feeling alive, aware, alert, active, powerful, confident, all those things that we get from our yoga practice. They are all just taking up positive space in your body, all those feelings. And bring your feet back about hips distance apart. Extend your legs up towards the ceiling. Flex your feet. Extend your arms up towards the ceiling. You can stay relaxed in your hands. We're just going to hold this for a few breaths.
And circle out your wrists if you want to. Your ankles, wiggle your fingers. And let's take figure 4, right ankle over left thigh. And then you can rock side to side. That gets into a little bit some edges of the muscles that sometimes don't get lots of attention. That's really why we practice, to bring our attention, our awareness, and our love to parts of our bodies that don't get it as frequently during our day-to-day. How many times a day do you think about your outer right hip? Usually we don't think about those things until they're hurting us, or we're suffering because of an injury. Let's be in the practice of bringing positive, grateful awareness to those parts of our bodies during our practice, even if they're not necessarily performing the way that we want them or expect them to. Let's come back to that extended legs and arms. Just maybe even wiggle them a little bit like a cockroach on its back. Some fun imagery. And then we'll cross left ankle over right thigh. Drawing the shin in towards your body and then taking some movement as feels good. Hip circles, or just swaying side to side. And we'll unwind from that. Maybe give a little brief shaky shake. And then I want you to cross your ankles and just roll up to your seat. And from your seat, plant your hands, come back to tabletop. And this tabletop, you can extend your right leg long. You're gonna bend the knee and bring your right knee to your left calf. And then using your own knee as like a massage ball, you're just gonna dig into that left calf muscle. Give it a little bit of a roll out. Some of that stagnant energy you shake and loose throughout class, you can start to get it to move and flush through. And then we'll take our right knee down, left leg extend back behind you, and then bend it and bring it to the right calf. Same on this side, y'all. A little bit of irrigation. Sometimes it's not enough to just get things unstuck. We have to help them flow through, which is what all the contractions and releasing and manipulating of our muscles and our bodies and our joints that we do. Yeah, that feels complete. Come back to tabletop. Sit back to your heels. And then come to a seated forward fold. So you can cross your legs, bring your legs in front of you, sweep your arms up. And then drape your upper body over your lower body, reaching your heart towards your toes. And gently rolling back up, rolling back to your back. Hug your knees in. Take them over to the right. Turn your head left. And bring your knees in. Drop them to the left. Turn your head right. And knees in. Stretch your arms above your head, fingers reaching behind you, toes stretched out, like this big long stretch. Lift your ribs up. And then take Shavasana, spread out. Spread out wide and heavy into your space. Claim that space for your rest. Allow your body to be heavy. Even taking your jaw wide like a big yawn. And then letting the teeth soften back towards each other. Maybe they don't even touch. Let your mouth just be lax. Notice how quiet your breath has become as you move more into effortlessness. As you embody that word of being effortless, your breath also flows smoothly in and out without any effort at all. No force, no constriction. Your body breathes. Stay exactly as you are for as long as you like in your Shavasana. Allow yourself as much rest as you need, as you want. Or if you feel ready, you can roll to your side. And then from your side, just gently coming up slowly, like you're rolling up from a long nap. Your head coming up last. Eyes are softly closed. And find yourself in a comfortable seat. Spine nice and tall. And feeling these last few moments of your practice, feeling whole within yourself. Feeling a sense of complete, inspired, full of gratitude and loving kindness, just of all the experiences you've had during your class, all of your different shapes you took and the different effort you exerted, the different ways you allowed yourself to surrender and release, and just be in celebration of that today. Let's bring our hands up above our heads and then hands to heart center. Again, in gratitude and in celebration